Hello and welcome to the 12 Days of Learning at CLIU. On this 6th day of learning, my IU gave to me STEM activities. You can access this slide deck at the URL that is on your screen, bit.ly/IU21 Day 6. Please be conscious of the capital I, the capital U, and the capital D in that URL because it is case sensitive. Today, we are going to talk about holiday STEM activities that are quick, easy, and fun for your students in the classroom or your children at home. My name is Diahann Ouly. I am an instructional technology specialist and staff development facilitator here at the Carbon-Lehigh Intermediate Unit. My email address is on the screen. Feel free to contact me at any time should you have any questions. My email address is oulyd@cliu.org. So first of all, what is STEM? STEM is based in the idea of educating students in 4 specific disciplines: science, technology, engineering, and math, in an interdisciplinary and applied approach. Oftentimes, you will see an A in here. So STEM turns into STEAM, and the A is for the arts. So let's look at some quick and fun holiday STEM activities to do at home or in the classroom. We are going to look at 5 different activities: tree challenge, Santa's parachute, gumdrop structures, holiday light circuits, and crystal candy canes. Let's get started with a tree challenge. So the Build a Cup Tree Challenge, you'll see some of the materials listed here: plastic cups, empty toilet paper roll. You can use an empty paper towel roll, a piece of cardboard, pom-poms, or other types of decorations that you can easily put on your cup tree. The challenge is using a plastic cup, or cups, I should say, build a Christmas tree that balances on the cardboard and toilet paper roll base. So over here in the image, you will see this is sitting on a table, but think about balancing this tree, this cup tree, on a toilet paper roll and a piece of cardboard. So that may be something that you want to adapt for older kiddos, but then maybe have the younger kiddos just build the tree on a tabletop. Might be a little bit easier. So we're looking at engineering and technology and load distribution, building structures and things like that. So this link here, every one of these activities in the title will be linked to a website that shows examples of how to do the activity, some further directions, some pictures and images. So if we click on the Build a Cup Tree Challenge, you're going to see here is Little Hands, Little Bins, Little Hands. They have lots and lots of STEM activities on this website, Little Bins, Little Hands. So you might want to check those out. So here's the Christmas tree challenge. Now this is without the cardboard and the paper towel and or toilet paper roll. But think about building this on top of a paper towel roll, toilet paper roll, cardboard base. Okay. All right. So moving on to Santa's parachute. Santa's parachute, there's a list of materials here. Santa cutout, coffee filters, plastic tablecloth, cut into squares, napkins, tissue paper, same thing, cut into squares. These are just different things that your students or your children can use as test materials. Let's see how this is going to work using a coffee filter. Let's see how this is going to work using a piece of tissue paper, and so on. Yarn or fishing line, a hole puncher or something to punch holes to put the string through. Tape, index cards, Dixie cups. These are things that your students or your children can use as their basket choices. And then pennies to change the weight distribution in that basket. So their challenge is to design a parachute for Santa to land safely in the event of a crash landing. So here they're exploring the forces of gravity and that weight distribution. So right here, this image is a clickable image. So you can have them, or you can do it ahead of time, click on this image, and it will take you to printables so that you can cut out the Santa for the students to use in their parachute activity in that challenge. You can have large Santas, medium ones, they can be colored, or you can have them as coloring sheets where the students can color their own, or you can have smaller Santas, okay? So let's take a look at this activity. So this is a teacher, Mrs. Lambrecht, her class blog, and she has images here of the Santa's parachute activity and what her students, as you can see, her students are working through this activity with some yarn. They're using a coffee filter. They have a Dixie cup here. And then you're going to want to have them testing and seeing how fast or slow Santa's parachute drops to the ground. And if you search Santa's parachute, you're going to see many other examples of this as well. Moving on, we are going to look at gumdrop structures. And as I'm talking about these different activities, think about how you can modify them for your particular classroom or for your children at home. What can you do to add to it to make it a little more challenging for our older kiddos? And what do you need to do if you need to modify it for maybe the primary level, if these things aren't appropriate at the way they're laid out for primary? You can add things, you can remove things. So think about all those kinds of things. So for the gumdrop structures, materials, I have 10 gumdrops and 20 toothpicks. You can make this any number that you'd like, depending on the structure that you want them to build. In this case, they're going to create a structure to hold the weight of a large book. Or think about it as holding the weight of a Christmas present or holding the weight of an ornament. What is it that you want this structure to hold? You can make it holiday related. You can make it related to something else in the classroom or at home. So we have some connections here. Science and math, physics and shape comparison, load distribution, building structures, things like that. So if we click on the gumdrop structures, you'll see this engineering challenge here, and it's all laid out, everything you need to do. And in this case, the structure is to hold a book, as I said. But think about the other ways that you can modify this particular challenge and the fun things that you can do with it. You can do a search for gumdrop challenge, and there will be a plethora of activities out there and samples and examples that you can use. You may recall, some of you might have done the marshmallow and spaghetti building structure. So same concept, different materials. So let's move on to the next one. This one is holiday light circuits. This is a fun one. You'll use for your materials a file folder or similar. Sometimes that piece of cardboard on the back of a notepad really works for this. You'll need some tape and scissors and aluminum foil, brass fasteners, a 9-volt battery, and a string of holiday lights. So our challenge here is to light up the Christmas lights without plugging them in. And your students are going to be exploring the building of circuits. So if we click on our link, it will take us to a holiday light circuit challenge. So here we have the information and the materials needed. This is what we're looking to do here. We're looking to have our students light up those Christmas lights, again, without plugging them in. Here are the instructions. And the great thing with this is so many of these, there's so many different variations that you can have your kiddos doing with lighting up circuits. Have them experiment different ways, different patterns, things like that. So that's our holiday light circuits. And the last activity I have for you is crystal candy canes. This one is super fun. It's a great way for your students to make ornaments to take home, or for your kiddos at home to make ornaments for family members as maybe little gifts. You can do crystal candy canes. You can do snowflakes. You can do Christmas trees. So the materials are, for this particular activity, are borax, a jar, glass jar, pipe cleaners, dental floss or fishing line, a pencil, ribbon, which is optional. This is to put a tie on your ornament when it's done, and safety glasses or goggles. It's really important that you are making sure that your students or your kiddos at home are wearing safety glasses or goggles, because we are using borax along with hot water. And of course, there's a chemical reaction. So we want to make sure that their eyes are protected. And this, especially with younger kids, really you should have there should be adult supervision. So their challenge or activity is to make crystal candy cane ornaments. The connections here are solubility, molecules and atoms, saturation. So let's click on the crystal candy canes link and take us to the instructions on how to create this, these ornaments. So this is what they'll look like. Aren't they pretty? So think about these also think about snowflakes, think about Christmas trees. You would just need to change up the color of the pipe cleaners that you'll be using. Again, your list of materials. And here are the instructions on what to do, creating your candy cane shapes, using the dental floss, what you'll need to do with that. Again, the borax and the hot water, adult supervision, and making sure that your students or your kiddos at home are wearing some sort of safety glasses or goggles. Because with the hot water, the glass could be hot to touch. When you're adding the borax and the hot water together, we've got a chemical reaction happening. So we want to really make sure that we are being as safe as possible. Now, this particular activity is going to have to go over a few days time, because once you submerge your candy canes into the jar, it is going to take a couple of days for those crystals to form to the point that it's finished enough that you have that ornament. So, and look at, there's that ribbon I talked about to be able to hang the ornament on the tree. So that is crystal candy canes. And again, you can do snowflakes, you can do Christmas trees, whatever it is you'd like, or you can do flowers in the spring or something. You'll just change out the pipe cleaner color and the shape that you make it into. But a great activity. Kids love it. Here are some more resources. I know I only went through 5 different activities, but there are so many different very quick and easy STEM activities out there, science experiments for the winter, for Christmas, and for all year round. So here are some more resources. This one is 10 Christmas science experiments. We've got a winter STEM challenges, Christmas STEM activities and challenges, and then some Christmas STEM activities for middle school, because many of these quick and easy STEM activities that you're going to find out there are targeted to more of an elementary level. So this link will take you to STEM activities for the middle school. And all of these link out to different websites. So here are 10, this is a great, I'm not going to play it, I'm going to pause it, but this is 10 Christmas science experiments. They go through them in about 11 minutes. Really great video to watch to get some good ideas. Winter STEM challenges. This one is going to take you to a website that has many winter STEM challenges that you can try. This one will go to Christmas STEM activities. This again is that little bins for little hands that we looked at earlier when we were doing one of our other challenges. So many different activities on here for kids. A lot of fun stuff. And then the last one is Christmas STEM activities for middle school age kiddos. So you're going to see some more projects in here for the older kids. And again, just remember that all of the activities that we looked at, they can be modified for younger students. They can be modified for older students. You can mix and match some of the materials to fit what it is that you're doing. So keep that in mind, that there's lots of things out there that you can do with your kids at home or in school that should be a lot of fun learning activities for them. So here's my contact information, my name and my email address. Again, Diahann Ouly. Here is my email address. This is my Twitter handle. If you are in the Twitter sphere, if you're someone who is out there tweeting, I want to thank you for joining me today to go over some Christmas STEM activities that you can do with your kiddos for some fun times over the holiday break or in school right before Christmas break. And I hope that you have a safe and healthy holiday season. Thank you and enjoy.